We actually did six figures, close to six figures today. 55,000 and 36,000.
And these are assignment fees?
I got blood going through my veins. So do you. You and me were not different.
How'd you find these leads?
That's the $100 million question.
Yeah, that is.
How'd
you find these people?
So I made $50K a month, $100K a month. Once I jumped on social media, we had people like, yo, hey, I want to get into wholesaling. I want leads. It came to a point where like, hey, I could get you a cold caller. I could train them for you. And now we have over 400 cold callers.
And quality data is so important because you don't want to be spending money and hours calling people that A, aren't going to pick up, or B, you're calling the wrong person, right?
I got one of my students, Azan Shah, here.
Let's go.
He's killing it. He's made six figures with us.
Wow.
How much net, bro? How much net? Talk net numbers, right? Let's talk net.
Yeah, so net, like, you're at, like, what, 50K? But, like, 50K. Gross, you're at, like, 100. So, like, you need that stuff for tax purposes, tax reasons.
Yes. So,
but today, I think we're talking about lead generation.
That's right, brother. That's right. So, people that are learning from, they're learning from me, one of my students, my brother.
Definitely.
And we're going to talk about lead generation.
Right.
How did he make six figures in the business? How did I make seven figures in the business? We actually did six figures, close to six figures today. 55. I want to show up my check, but 55,000.
Wow.
And 36,000.
And these are assignment fees?
2 deals, assignment fees in a week. Made close to your annual salary, guys. And I'm nobody. Look, I got a belly coming out. Right, I got blood going through. I got blood going through my veins. So do you. You and me were not different.
How'd you find these leads?
How did we find the deals? How did we find the leads? That's the $100 million question.
Yeah, that is. How'd you find these people?
So, I own a company called AK Callers, right? I started this company for myself. It was me and my brother. We had 2 cold callers working for us, then we had 5, then we had 10. And we started expanding because we started making, we started generating a lot of leads and started making a lot of money. So I made $50K a month, $100K a month. Once I jumped on social media, we had people like, yo, hey, I want to get into wholesaling. I want leads. So it came to a point where like, hey, I could get you a cold caller. I could train them for you. And now we have over 400 cold callers, right, that work for us. And you're actually one of our clients.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? So that's how the leads come. The leads come from AK Callers. They're cold call leads. There's different types of marketing that you do. Right? You could start a campaign with PPL, right? Pay per click. You can start PPC, pay per click, pay per lead, direct mail, cold call, SMS, email, RVM. There's so many different types of marketing channels. But what I focus on is cold calling.
Calling.
And that's what I teach. That's what I preach because that's what works for me. I've been doing it for 8 years. And it's been working well for me, brother. So...
Dude, definitely. And for the last year and a half or so, ever since I've joined the program and been working with Abdullah, right? We've been using AK Callers. It's a great resource for lead generation. You just kind of give them the data if you want to mine your own data. They also supply data. So I think that's something that's really unique about their platform is that you're also, with getting the labor of the actual people doing the cold calling, you're also able to get quality data. And quality data is so important because you don't want to be spending money and hours calling people that A, aren't going to pick up, or B, you're calling the wrong person, right? So having that data quality, I think, built into the actual lead generation is something really underrated.
100%.
That you're doing.
So look, let's talk about, you made 6 figures in the business, right? You've been having AK Callers for many months now. How much do you spend per lead with cold calling?
Right, so on a campaign, I would say one dialer. Let's just go with one dialer because I'm not at scale yet, right? So one dialer in a month will probably get you about 30 leads, right? So probably per lead, you're probably paying $20, you know?
20, 30 bucks a
20,
lead.
30 bucks.
With the data, the dialer.
The dialer.
Yeah. And then, so how much have you spent and how much have you made?
So I think the number I like to do is for every $1 I put in, I should be getting $4 back is what I would hope for.
4 extra,
you know. And I really do see that. You put in the campaign, and I would say on average, one every 30, 40 leads. Once you get a little bit better, you're closing them.
It all depends on your closing skill because not every deal is going to be a wholesale. It could be a novation deal. It could be an owner finance deal. So there's a lot of ways you can make money off the deal. Of course, with experience and closing a lot of deals, you get that experience, and also having somebody coaching you will obviously save you time, but you can still do it without a coach, but it's gonna maybe take you longer. Yeah.
Definitely take you longer. You want a coach because the coach gives you the shortcuts.
Yeah.
Like anything that you probably, and you got to invest in yourself. You really do. So like if you're with a coach, probably something that you would learn in 1 year without a coach probably takes maybe 2-3 years to learn.
Yeah.
So you're really cutting down the time frame of learning, you know? So like you want to be able to like learn quickly so you're able to like speak better to the home owners. You want to be able to like really anchor low in pricing. And I think the course and the coaching really helps with doing that.
So how would you say my coaching was? How was my coaching program? How did you like it? What was valuable? I know you said, having a mentor is very valuable. Me and Abdul, we spent over hundreds of thousands of dollars on educating ourselves, and we still do, right? Sales, marketing, underwriting, how to fix and flip, buy and hold, how to get a good solid deal.
Right.
How was my coaching program, and how did that affect you?
Yeah, I definitely think the coaching program, when it comes to the day-to-day, that's really where it kind of like shines, right? Like once you're doing the outreach, right? Now you've gotten leads, now you're doing your outreach. When you're trying to like anchor on a price, I think that's where it really helps to understand where do you anchor from, because ultimately you're doing this to find an investor, right? So like you need to make your spread, and you need to know what an investor is going to pay for a property like in Inglewood or Chatham or Auburn Gresham or any of the south suburbs, right? And I think there's a lot of data to be understood, like brick, because although I only look at brick buildings, I don't even look at frame buildings, bro.
Brick got the value, man.
Brick got the brick bungalow. Game over.
Yeah.
So like it gets to the point like you got to know kind of also what you're looking for. I think when you're looking to do lead generation, you should have a niche idea, market. You should have the person that you're targeting in your head.
No, exactly. And also, like, when you started up in the market, if you're working with a coach, you can understand the market better, because sometimes you can look at as much as you want in comps and everything, and that's good, but you really have to also know the market and what's going on, who the investors are, what they like, connection, buyers, right? And sometimes you might think that, hey, this is a good deal, but investors in this certain pocket want to make $70,000. You're like, hey, this investors in this pocket investor might want to make $50,000, $40,000. Also, having the connection and knowing that who we can sell to and what type of investor will actually perform on the property. Because there's a lot of time that, you work with buyers, they end up, like, not closing the deal. So working with a coach, especially with us, like, we knew every time we had a buyer, they pretty much performed on the transaction.
100%.
Yeah.
This is Dispo King. Yeah. He has buyers, man. And, like, his Dispo, like... Yeah. I've learned from him, like, a serious buyer is going to put down EMD right away, and not like $1,000 EMD. Yeah. These guys are putting down $5,000.
Yeah, $5,000, yeah.
$5,000 not refundable. Yeah. So it's like that's also something that you kind of learn as a part of the coaching and just going through the processes.
Yeah, the good thing about like what we do is like the coaching program is like $5-8 grand, right? Whatever Abdullah you charge.
Yeah. All it takes is one deal.
All it takes is one deal.
We're not in an industry that...
I got mine in 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, you make your money back, right?
He paid $5K for the coaching.
And now you got skill.
3 weeks. How much did you make on your first deal?
It was like $6 grand.
6, 7 grand.
It was like 6, 7 grand.
One deal.
I made it back.
You made your money back, and now you
have a skill set for life.
And now you have a skill, and it keeps getting refined, right? Because you have meetups, you have a community, you're able to bounce off ideas. Maybe you're able to bounce off certain areas, Like I was talking to these guys about the south suburbs and how taxes are going up. Yeah. I'm trying to get something in Park Forest. $4 grand was the property tax 2 years ago. Now it's $8 grand.
Yeah. Double up.
So now people they're unable to like afford their mortgage, or if the house is paid off, they're unable to like afford the property taxes. So
some of them are fixed income. They can't
fixed income.
Yeah, they can't afford the taxes. And the thing is, guys, we're not like average deal on a low side is $5 grand. It's like a bad, like, we made only $5 grand, right?
That's like
really bad. So like for us, it's like if you invest in yourself, guys, it's not like we're making $200 a product, or we're selling something that we make $500.
Right.
Our high ticket is like 5, 10, 15, 30 grand you can
100%.
make. So
100%.
your investment on your coaching is like basically one deal. I mean, if you like,
100%.
It's a no-brainer. Like, I understand 100%. If you're selling a product that makes you $100, you got to freaking sell so many of them.
You have to sell so many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not,
This
telling
is
you this.
yeah.
I feel like my coaching, the reason my coaching is valuable, and I'm not telling you guys to join it. I'm just telling you what we teach is everything that I learned in the past 8 years. I teach you guys step by step on how to do, and I feel like it's more valuable than a 4-year college degree.
Yeah,
a 4-year college degree.
Definitely.
Like my brother just got his. He just graduated from DePaul. He got MIS and a finance degree. He got 2 degrees. He can't find a job. The job market is messed up right now. You know,
jobs are bad.
so it's like, but real estate, everybody needs a roof on top of their head. Everybody needs a house. So that market's never gonna. Even if the market crashes, guess what? Us wholesalers, we're gonna find properties.
We make more money.
Exactly.
Because there's more distress.
Exactly.
People need to sell. If someone loses their job in this economy,
and, people that
3
have
months
money,
they're homeless, bro.
100%. But people that have money, they're always gonna buy. Right? There's people that have. If you have money, you're gonna make more money when the dip happens. People that don't have money. Yeah, they're gonna sell their assets just to acquire a little bit of capital, whatever they need to do, right, to move forward in life.
Right.
But we're here for the investors. We're not realtors where we're, buy listing agent, helping people buy houses, sell houses. No, we're not running around in circles. We're targeting our investors, seeing what their criteria is, seeing what they want, and then performing for those guys.
Exactly.
And there's millions of cash buyers out there. There's millions of buyers out there that are looking for distressed assets, and that's us wholesalers. That's where we come in.
100%.
So like our industry is never going to take a hit. Real estate is never going to take a hit. Real estate's been alive before I was born. It's going to be a year after I'm born. It's going to keep going.
100%.
So it's like, guys, it doesn't matter if it's my program, it's one of my students and clients. It doesn't matter if it's our program. It doesn't matter if it's a different program. Get into real estate. Right now, the job market is tight. People are losing their jobs. You need to learn real estate. You need to learn a new income skill. It doesn't matter if it's high-ticket closing, wholesaling, Amazon FBA. There's so many different things out there, right, that you can learn that could give you 6-figure income right away. So it's like, it's all about lead generation, guys, at the end of the day. Anything that you do.
And we didn't make wholesaling up. Like, wholesaling been going on
for years.
Before I was born, for decades. Like, anything can be wholesaled. This Red Bull could be wholesaled to a wholesaler who sells it in the freaking stores.
Exactly.
It's just that we end up just selling paper now in real estate. Right. So our margin is not 50 cents. It's 10, 15, 20 grand.
100%.
So it's just like we're selling paper. That's all we're selling. We basically don't sell real estate. We're in the business of sales and marketing.
And I would say the other thing is, right, like in Illinois, because we have funky laws in Illinois, but because of the coaching, you were able to get in line with your attorney that's handling the transactions, as well as the title company that's handling these transactions. Yeah. And that is not something that's easy to find, right? Like when we're talking about like these distressed homeowners, majority of the time, they can't go out to a realtor. Like their realty won't even sell the property, right? 100%. So like we are filling a gap in the marketplace. Because like these are some people, tax delinquency 10 years, who's going to touch that? A wholesaler will, but no one else will.
Exactly. And also having like if you join like our program, we get connected to the right attorneys who are wholesale friendly, because a lot of attorneys, believe it or not, they don't even know what wholesaling is.
And they don't want to know either.
They don't want to know.
Yeah.
So we have a really good attorney that explains it good. He knows how to talk to other attorneys.
Oh, he's the best.
He's the best. So like that is so.
It's not just attorney, title company.
How much money we save just on title fees? Working with us,
tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands.
He saved me like $1,000 last time.
Yeah, my attorney charges like what, $500 to
$500.
Yeah, so
that's
like,
free.
Yeah,
he's doing it for free.
Bro, dude, before I had my attorney, bro, we were paying $2,000-$3,000 a file, bro.
I first learned about wholesaling in 2018, and I called title companies. They're like, "You can't do this."
Yeah.
Forget like
it's all about the knowledge.
Forget having a system in place. Finding the people is the hard part, and like. I think you're getting I think at $5,000 it's kind of like a shortcut.
100%.
Like I really do.
Thing has been I pay people $20,000 to learn what I'm teaching, bro. So it's like I pay this guy $20K, this guy $15K, this guy $3K. Like me and Abdullah, we're just on a rampage. Hey, bro, let's mentorship after mentorship, course after course. We need to learn this stuff, because we're making 0K. We're like, hey, dude, how do we do this? We did our first deal. We're like, okay, man, we made a little bit of money. Let's educate ourselves. So then. And every time we paid someone, he would help us take us to the next level, help us skip the hurdles. You know, we made from making 10K to 20K to 50K to 100K because of our coaches, right? Because of the trainings that I took.
Definitely.
If you learn one good thing from the coach,
100%, 100%. All you need is one good thing. That's why we throw a master class once a month. I have about 10 students that come in, and it's a 5-hour masterclass. Me and Abdul were talking about this. I'm like, bro, that 5-hour masterclass, we have students that come here for $500. Learn from us, and then do their within 2-3 weeks or 1-2 months do their first deal and make $10,000-$20,000.
The lady that signed up, what's the group that signed up just last week, and they just started campaign for the first week. They just got a contract in Lansing.
Yeah, so
I love Lansing.
Yeah, they just signed up.
2
days later on AK Caller, look at this Lansing.
That's what I'm saying. You got to get AK callers.
2 weeks ago.
Like, get AK callers, no matter what you do.
100%. You got to get lead
And
gen.
they just
You
started.
gotta get-
They just started.
Wow.
1732 Lawrence Avenue. They just.
How much
kind
you get it for? 80?
No, Landon said it's a potential 20 pop. They just started.
So they got a property
Wow.
for 132.
Wow.
132 ARVs to 200,000. Needs
Yeah.
about 20-30K worth of work. And it could be a good flip, man. 50 pop.
I'm trying to get
flip.
something in Cal City right now for like 90. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah,
they just signed
25.
up
They just
like
signed
3
up.
days ago, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
they
I'm telling
they
you.
signed up for the mentorship a few days ago. They came to the masterclass 2 weeks ago. They already got a contract.
Landon because he had a coach. Landon's a coach.
Right.
They work and stuff like that. Landon went out to the seller, and he got it closed in person for the students because they work and stuff.
So it's not just me coaching.
who does that?
You know?
Like which coaching?
does that?
Which
I got
coaching
a whole
program is gonna go to your seller, get a sign, and be like, "Here's a profit."
Yeah.
No, we actually have
Yeah, you
coaches.
went out
in
with
our
That's
community.
crazy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we got people in our community that will go out and get the deal.
'Cause we're getting paid too. We're doing JV, so it's in our
Of
own
course,
interest
of
too.
course, of
you know?
course.
So it's a 20
But-
pop. I'm gonna make maybe like 10K out of that. You know, because we're
Yeah.
gonna do 50-50 JV.
Yeah.
We're gonna find the buyer. They got the seller. Boom. Everybody
Boom.
eats. My title company eats. My attorney eats. I eat. My students eat. My realtor eats. Everybody eats. You know.
Yeah,
so it's
everybody.
like in this business, bro. It's not like one person doesn't eat. Everybody eats.
Everybody. It's
You
a whole
know?
ecosystem.
It's a whole ecosystem, bro. It's a whole ecosystem. But
And
let's
you
talk-
gotta have the leads. I really think, like, if
break
you
it
don't
down.
have leads, you don't have nothing. You don't have a
Let's-
business. You don't
100%.
have- you
Let's
don't
break
have
down
nothing.
AK callers because I have over 400 cold callers, hundreds of clients. He's one of them, and let's break down the lead generation portion. All right, we're talking lead generation. All right, so we're gonna first type in AK callers.com.
Yes.
Okay, akcallers.com. It's a call center I was going over with you guys. So, how does it work? One caller at $6 an hour, 180 hours. It's 1,080 for the month. That's it. 1,080 for the month.
And that is a steal. You don't want to be doing this work.
$6 an hour. We get a fully trained cold caller, trained by me and my team. We have 400 of them, hundreds of clients. One client's right here. Let them know, man, for the people that just started, how much money have you made?
You gotta get it. You gotta get it. It works. Like, you know,
How
Your
much money
time-
have you
gross
made?
6 figures.
Your time worth more than $6 an hour.
Your
In
time is
America.
worth
In
way
America,
more than
yeah.
$6 an hour.
In America,
It's.
you could do anything.
You need to do this.
You could do anything to make more than $6 an
You
hour.
need to do this.
Yeah, I know.
You could make, your time is worth more than $6.
If not, guys, you guys gotta really go home and consider yourself. You guys think it's not? Then
It's not worth doing the
No, it's not.
generation yourself.
Right,
You
let's
get burnt
back
out.
to this.
You get burnt out.
100%. So,
And you don't have a triple line dialer.
Yeah, it's
You have a single line dialer and you're
single line
typing in the
manual. It'll
numbers.
take you like This is like 7, 8
Yeah, one
people and calls
caller.
at a time. Yeah.
alright. One caller, $6 an hour, 1080 plus what you need. It's called the DDC method, right? So DDC stands for data, dialer, caller. So second thing we're gonna get is one dialer, which is $200 a month.
And can you tell the people what a dialer is?
A dialer, the dialer that we use is called ReadyMode.com. You can look them up. Huge company. And what we do on this dialer, it tracks your KPIs, it tracks how many calls are being made, what's the talk time, what's the quality of your list, A to Z. So what the dialer is, you take the data, you dump it into a dialer, then you have your cold caller that jumps on the dialer and makes calls. So you could track your whole employee, you could track that cold caller, right? Rather than you calling from your phone, there's a system that has 30 phone numbers in there. So, you know, when you're calling people, you could check if it doesn't go to, you know, spam likely.
The DIDs
Yeah,
are
the
basically-
DIDs,
yeah.
there's 30 DIDs a month. We're checking everything. There's no spam likely. So we're just like blowing people up. You probably get called all the time. Hey, do you want to buy insurance? Hey, do you want to get solar? Hey, well, you know. So what we do is, hey, you want to sell your property? When they say they want to sell their property, boom. Then the lead comes to us, right? And then we close. So you got your data, you got your dialer, you got your caller, and then, you know, you need about 10K records for the data. At 5 cents a record, it's like $500. So realistically, you need about, what is it, $17.80 a month for a full-time caller that's going to bring 40 leads.
Fully trained.
40 leads, fully trained. And if you don't have, you know, the whole 1780, you could just get a part-timer for half the price, which is like $1,000. Right? But you need to focus on lead generation. I'm telling you guys, without leads, there's no opportunity. Without opportunity, there's no money being made.
You don't have a pipeline. There's no pipeline.
There's no pipeline. So let's break it down, guys. That's what the breakdown is. If you guys want cold callers fully trained by me in our team, go to akcallers.com. That's where we get you the fully qualified leads. So talk to them about pipeline, man. Talk to them about lead quality, lead gen.
Yeah.
I think the pipeline is the main thing about this business. Like you said, there's no pipeline, there's no business.
Right.
Also having a good CRM. Because a lot of times, man, people call like 1 or 2 times and they never call them again. If you have a good CRM, that you have to make sure that 80 to 90% of your money is your follow-up.
Follow-up.
Sometimes do you get a deal, sometimes you can close them and you meet them in person. But 70 to 80%, I would say, is always a follow-up.
And how many times are you following up with them?
It can be.
How many touches before, on average?
Some of them, I had my podio, like 6 months, freaking 15 times,
15 times,
17
10,
times.
20 times, 100%, man.
Yeah. It's just like you come in, you have like a set schedule. You come in, okay, I came in, I start my day 10 o'clock. From 10 to 1, I got 15 follow-up. I'm going to get this follow-up done. Cool, I'm going to take a lunch break. After my lunch break, at 2 o'clock, I'm going to work my new leads. So you have to have like a discipline. You have to have like, hey, my follow-up is here. I'm making sure I'm going to appointments. I'm going to put like 3 hours away for my 2 hours away for your follow-up and another 2-3 hours
for your fresh leads.
Depending on how you're scaling. But in the beginning, if you're putting like a good like 3.5-4 hours and you're on it, not like if you're distracted, like if you're on it, and you're doing your thing, you're going to make money if you follow the system.
Yes.
The business works. Yes. If you guys tried it before, ask yourself and be real with yourself. Did you actually give 110%? Because the business works, you don't work, and that's just a fact. That's a fact because everyone is doing it. People are doing it. Me and Azan are doing it. We're humans. We got blood going through our veins. We're nothing different. 100%. Is that if you guys just think sales is gonna be like, I'm gonna call one person, I'm gonna get a Lamborghini, or I'm gonna change my life at one call, guys, you guys are living a dream. Yeah. Right? We're not selling you something like a get rich quick scheme because it's not like that. You have to put in the work as well. It's not like you just pay for 8K caller, you're gonna get rich overnight.
Exactly. But people want to go on vacation.
Yeah.
$5,000. Go spend $5,000 on leads, bro. Go spend $5,000 on leads.
100%.
Or yourself, yeah, exactly.
100%. You want to spend $5K on a vacation, $2K on a nice dinner. You want to buy your girlfriend, boyfriend a nice Louis Vuitton bag or purse. Rather than doing that, spend it on lead generation, and I promise you, he just said the same thing. Yeah. He gets a 4x return. So you spend $1,000, you get $4,000.
And then buy something.
You spend $4,000, you get $16,000 back. Me and Abdul, we spend $20,000, $30,000 a month. That's why we get hundreds of $1,000s back every single month. You know, so it's just like it's all a numbers game. End of the day, nothing's guaranteed, nothing's promised, right, in the business. But if you spend money on leads, eventually it's going to come a point where you're going to start seeing return.
And you have to nurture the leads.
Yeah, sometimes one month we might break even. Next month we made 40 grand, 50 grand. Like, not every single month is profitable. Right. We're in a business. Sometimes we might have a bad month in a year.
And this is a slow market right now in real estate. If you're making money now in real estate, imagine in a couple years when things start, you know.
I'm waiting. I got my money ready. We waiting.